How you doing, everybody? It's June the 16th, Saturday, 2012, and it's kind of late on in the afternoon. Bad day in Ireland. It's raining and horrible and cold. It's global warming. It's caused by global warming. You know yourself. I want to talk about a concept because it came up recently. I was at a kind of a social do here, and my wife gets invited to all these things, and that I'm brought along. You know what I mean? And I'm told before I go, religion or politics must be discussed, because that's a whole invariably this thing in Ireland. You're not allowed to discuss the real world. You can discuss everything. You can discuss Coronation Street and EastEnders, and you can discuss the Queen, and you can discuss GAA, but you can't discuss politics or religion, the real things that are important in life. No, you can't do that. But anyway, I went along, and it was interesting because in conversation I used this concept, people singing off a hymn sheet. So that's what I want to talk about today. And the social guard had loads of guards. There was loads of guards there and loads of school teachers. And one of the school teachers asked me, what did I mean when I said people singing off a hymn sheet? And I said, well, the vast majority of people, in fact everybody sings off a hymn sheet. And I said, it's generally a thing like that. And I said, it's a metaphorical thing. It's not a real thing. They don't carry it around with them. But it is there in front of them all the time. And it's 2 pages. And on one page, it tells you in big writing who pays their wages. All right? Who pays their income. It don't have to be wages. Who pays their income. And on the other sheet, on the other side of the hymn sheet, it tells you how much they're paid. And that tells you everything. I said, it tells you generally what their politics are, and it tells you what their social viewpoint is. And obviously it tells you economically, if you knew it, because obviously you don't know, you can only guess. Like, I know approximately how much guards earn. I know approximately how much senior civil servants earn. I know if you work in the HSC how much you earn. I know if you work in one of the semi-state bodies in Ireland how much you earn, okay? I know basically, okay? So I know where you're coming from. When you start talking, I know that's the hymn sheet you're singing off. And I said, there are 418,000 people directly employed by the state in Ireland, either as wage earners or retirees through pensions, state pensions. Okay, so that's that. And then I said there's another, but which we know because the Central Statistics Office publishes it all the time. We know there are around 450,000 people on it. There would be a lot more, but that's essentially what there are on the dole. So they get state intervention as well. Okay. So that essentially makes it up there, the best part of 1 million people. And then you have various other people that are temporary people who are temporarily employed, and various people like that. So what you have is, out of a total workforce, you've got about between 900,000 and 1 million who directly depend on the state. And the other 1 million are people who work in the private sector. So, private company is paying their wages, and whatever their wages is. So, basically, they'll sing off a fairly independent hymn sheet. But the other hymn sheet that the teachers and the guards and the civil servants and the judges and all the people, it's going to be pretty laden down. They're going to sing because they're not going to jeopardise next month's income, next month's salary. Generally. And we all know there are exceptions to every rule. We all know that. And the other thing is, nobody can tell the future. It's the other thing. But that's an aside. The bottom line, that's all I'm trying to say. All I'm trying to say is that in Ireland, there are about 1 million people out of a total workforce of about 2.1 million, 2.2 million, who are directly controlled by the state, in the sense that their salaries are dependent on the revenue issuing them the money, or the Department of Finance issuing them the money every month for them to survive. So they're not going to they're not going to do anything to jeopardise the state. The state is their employee. Their employer. Generally. And we know there are exceptions to every rule, we know that. But in the main, Now, the other thing, which is an extraordinary thing, is here in Ireland, I'm slightly digressing here, but it still is a fairly valid point. The 1 million people, or the best part of 1 million people who get their money from the state, the ones who are employed directly by the state, in other words, the ones who are all the civil servants in all the various departments, the guards, the school teachers, all those people, they're aristocrats of labour. This is a capitalist order run in a communist manner. That's what it is. It's a capitalist society, supposedly a capitalist society, but it's run in a communist manner. And I say that because the people who are, for instance, and I said it directly out to these people, and they didn't like it. I said, the vast majority of the people in this room who work for the state have all got, over the last 4 years, wage increases every year. Whereas the private people have been told to bend over and get it up the house your father. Now, the people who are employed by the state all earn their wages directly from indirectly from the people who pay the people from the private sector, who earn the real financial wealth in society. I said, there's nobody, oh, they went bananas when I said this. I said, there's nobody employed by the state, essentially, who generates financial wealth. They all generate social wealth. I know it's important. I know we need school teachers. I know we need judges. I know we need guards. I know we need civil servants. I know all that. But they do not generate real financial wealth, which is what they're supposed to do if they're in a privileged position in a capitalist order. The people who do that are supposed to be better off than the people who generate social wealth. In a communist society, it's the other way about. The people who generate social wealth are in an elevated position over people who generate financial wealth. That's how a communist society runs. But this is supposed to be a capitalist society. And I said, it's the old story. If it was the beginning of the wheel and you give the paddies the wheel, they'd want to make it square. We have everything ours about face. When our president met Obama, the president from the Falls Road in Belfast met Obama, she earned 2.5 times what Obama earned. We have the highest paid civil servants in Europe. Imagine this year, the difference between what we take in taxes, all the various taxes, and what we pay out is going to be 13 billion. We have to find 13 billion. Another bailout is on the way. But I digress. That's for another day's working. Alright? All I want to talk about is the hymn sheet principle. There are exceptions to the hymn sheet principle, but generally speaking, if you know those two facts, if you can read the hymn sheet in front of anybody, who employs them, how much they earn, then you generally know what their politics is going to be, and certainly what their social outlook is going to be. That's all. Rather simple thing, but it seems to get up a lot of people's noses. Anyway, we'll talk more. Good luck. Bye.